We should be live now, folks. Hello? Can anyone see me? I'm not seeing any notifications. Oh. Anyone? Oh my goodness, let's find 2 for tea on here. According to this, 5 of you are tuned in. Oh, I've got a thumbs up. Okay, so can you hear me okay? I can't see any messages. Let's see if I can... No. Oh, you can tell I'm good at this tech lock. Oh, 10 of you. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm just tuning in on here. And then I should be able to see what everybody's doing. Can you hear me okay? Yes, is that a thumbs up? Okay. I'm just trying to find... I've got a tablet down here so I can see messages while that records up there. It's very high tech. Just bear with me while I do this. First time for every... Oh, there we go. Okay. That's brilliant. Just bear with me while I do this. First time for every... Oh, there we go. Okay. That's just catching up. That's brilliant. Just bear with me. Now I'm in stereo. Okay, that's just catching up. Now I'm in stereo. Right, just teething problems. Okay. There's any... Oh, Heather, I can see it says you're watching. And Becky. Hey, I'm starting to get messages through. Brilliant. Right. What time is it? About a minute to go. I'll just let everybody get in because I've only got... Oh, I've got 33 of you. Blimey. God, you must be bored, you lot, tonight. Hello, Jill. Hello, Becky. I might have to get the IT man in. Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Guess what, Gem? Da-da-da. Gonna make some with soy milk for you tonight. Okay. Right. Hello, Denise. Oh my goodness, there's lots of you. Hello, Claire. Hello. I got my first message. Hello, Denise. Hello, Jane. Oh my goodness, ready and waiting. Okay, everybody got their ingredients. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going with more of a focus on ingredients than me, because you all know what my ugly mug looks like. Hello, Deb. Right. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 lots of scones tonight. Hello. And as somebody commented yesterday that what do we do if it's gluten-free, I'm going to make 1 batch. Oh, thank you, Jane. I'm going to make 1 batch gluten-free. Not really any difference other than the flour goes everywhere and you might need a little bit more liquid. Hello, Elaine. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is doing my mental health no end of good. I've had the shittiest day ever, you guys, so this is really helping. So I'm going to make 2 sweet scones. One of them is going to be gluten-free. But I posted the ingredients yesterday, and you can basically use anything you've got in the store cupboard. You don't, as long as you've got flour, as long as you've got milk, eggs and sugar, you've got a scone. And you can add absolutely everything. Hello, Tracy. Long time no see. Hello, Elaine. Hello. Oh, Pam. Hello, Pammy. Hello, Stacey. Oh, this is lovely. So here's just a few ideas for what you can shove in your scones. Pammy, you'll recognise these. The lovely Pammy brought me those the other week. So chopped dates and walnuts, perfect. And you only need to raid little on Aldi. You don't need anything expensive. There's a packet of fudge pieces there. Chocolate chips. We've got milk chocolate chips. If you've got a dairy allergy, and dark chocolate chips. Chopped apricots. They're from Bargain Buys. They're £1. They're absolutely fantastic. picked those up as well. Blueberry flavoured cranberries. Who knew they even existed? If you've got absolutely nothing else that you can use, and you've got, I don't know, a crunchy kicking around in the cupboard, chop up a crunchy, shove it in. If you've got M&Ms, I've done scones with M&Ms before. Absolutely anything. In fact, even if you omit the sugar in your sweet scones and all you've got is jam, swirl a couple of big tablespoons of jam in and you've got a sweet flavoured scone. So literally you can use anything. With regards to the milk, any milk you've got, it really works with anything. So skimmed, full fat, soya, oat, I've tried them all and they all work fine. I wouldn't try it with cream. Don't mix it with cream. Hello Tracy, hello Becky, oh lovely, who else have we got? Absolutely love this idea. Oh, that's brilliant. And when you, do I need mustard for cheese scones, Denise? You don't need it, but it gives it an extra little buzz. Mustard powder I found works better, but if you've only got normal mustard, then put like half a teaspoon in and just mix it in well. So that's fine. So cherry and dark chocolate are your favourite. Becky, lots of people love those. I've got no cherries, so I won't be making those tonight. So I am going to make the gluten-free ones first, because they're the harder ones, but you can... God, I'm struggling now. You can just follow along with your normal flour. So you need self-raising, not plain. You can use baking powder. I just don't like it because it just tastes horrible. And so I don't use it. So for me, self-raising is enough, and you'll see why when I do it, because I've got very hot hands, so I shouldn't make a good baker. Don't make good pastry with hot hands, and the same with scones. So the least you touch your mixture with your hands, the better. And the least you push down on it, the fluffier and taller they'll be. So that's really the only secret I'm giving away, is that less is more. And if I can make these, you can. When I bought the tea room, I couldn't make a scone to save my money until I knew I was buying it, and then I put in about 6 months of practice, and there we go. Nicola, I'm watching them baking scones. Oh, wish you luck. Yes, I wish everybody luck. Can you believe there's 58 of you watching? So this is brilliant. Sally here, I've nicked my boyfriend's phone. He's got a bigger screen on his... Oh my God, so you got more of me on it. Hello, Mark. Hello. Now, I'm being dead cheeky to start with. This normally costs a tenner in the shop for the scone session. Obviously not doing that today because you're not getting any ingredients from me. But my plea out there is like, self-employed people at the moment, I have absolutely bugger all coming in. Suppliers to pay. So if you've really enjoyed it and you want to chuck a couple of quid at me, our PayPal address is enquiries, make sure you spell that right, enquiries at 2, that's the number 2, 4t.co.uk. I'll put a link onto it later, and if you just want to chuck a £1 or £2, hello Jane, in, that would be, I can't tell you how grateful I'd be. Hello Helen, hello, 66 on, oh yes, we've gone, somebody's left, we've got 65. Thank you everybody. Right, I'm going to get started because I'm getting sick of the sound of my own voice already. So my oven is on, guys. If you're baking with me, you need your oven on, and you need it around 180 to 200 degrees. If it's a fan oven, more 180. If it's a standard no fan, then 200. What else was I going to say? I use normal baking trays, and then for the shop, I buy in these silicone coated baking sheets, which absolutely nothing sticks to. They're amazing. If you've not got these at home, if you've got a non-stick tray, they'll be fine. If you've got a normal tray, then you need to grease it well, or pop on some baking paper just to so that it doesn't stick to your tray. That's what you need to start with. Wash your hands. We're all sick of that, aren't we, at the moment? But there we go. Right, so in your scales, this is in, now I'm a bit odd because some of my measurements are in millilitres and some are in ounces and pounds. I do mix it up. What we got? Put a link up. I will put a link up, Heath, don't worry. Yeah, thank you. Oh, hello Val. Mother-in-law's watching everyone. I'll stop swearing. Hello Val. Okay, so I'm going to use the gluten-free first. Now with your normal flour, this is from the wholesaler, but any flour will do. It doesn't have to be expensive. The cheaper the better, The Lidl's own price at 40p is absolutely brilliant. And with Marge, we'll come to that in a minute. So this is you'll see the difference in this. This is gluten-free flour. The one I tend to prefer is the Dove's one. But Asda's own and Tesco's own are just as good. But again, it's the self-raising. So you want a pound in weight. You see the dust? This is what's horrible about gluten-free. There we go, just over a pound. Whew. Now that can be just your normal self-raising, so go for it guys. Self-raising flour, you want a pound. Now to gluten-free, you don't need this unless you're baking gluten-free, but this is xanthan gum, which all of those you at Slimming World now must have in your cupboard. But to make your gluten-free scones that little bit less crumbly, you need literally about half a teaspoon. You see that, yeah? And that goes in your flour. You don't need this for anything but gluten-free. Margarine, forgotten the Marge. So you can use butter and make them dead posh. Because I bake most of mine vegan and dairy free in the shop, I find that Vitalite, or from the supplier, this is the one from the supplier, this is just a St Ivel soft spread. I think Tesco, Morrison's, Sainsbury's all do their own equivalent. As long as it states on there, suitable for cooking or baking, it's perfect to use. Butter is perfect to bake with anyway, but some low-fat margarines just don't bake well, so don't bother with those. How much in grams? Oh my god, let's see. 454 is a pound. For the lady, oh, is it? Yeah, I haven't got my glasses on. For whoever was asking about that in grams, it's 454 grams. Okay. Now for Marge, you need 4 ounces, which I'll tell you that in a minute in grams. And that just goes on your mix. There we go. In ounces, sorry, in grams, it's about 125, 130 grams. I think everybody's with me, aren't you? Oh, you did it. Oh, cool. Oh, Pam, thanks, Pam. I knew you'd be on it. Have been excited all day. Oh, that is so sweet, Bernadette. My God, there must be nothing on the telly, you guys. Right, so for this bit, can you see? Can you see that there? Because I can't on my phone, all I can see is messages. But can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that bowl? Yeah? Anyone? Can you see that? Is that a thumbs up? Lots of thumbs up. Cool. Okay. So, with the palm of your hands being the hottest, what we're doing is going in with your fingertips and you're rubbing the butter or the Marge with your fingertips like that. And I'm just rubbing it to get rid of the lumps. Yep, can you see that better like that? Yeah, oh god, I've got thumbs up, cool. Now as this is gluten free, you can see the dust is everywhere. I'll be honest, I hate doing gluten free. Yep, you can see, oh cool, right, okay, so I'm sorry, I'm going quite fast because I'm used to doing these. We worked out the other day that I make about 3,500 scones a year, so it's quite a lot. But I'm just rubbing out, like when you make a crumble, or you're just getting the lumps out. Now you can cheat a little bit with the edge of your fingers, you can sort of rub it together, but don't use your palms. You see my palms aren't really that dirty. Now if you give your bowl a shake, your lumps will come up, and any lumps you can catch. But what you're looking for is, I'll show you in a second, quite a nice even, you see that alright? Quite even, there's no really big lumps. Yeah, guess what, wash your hands. Okay, so for this bit, what I tend to, oh, what we got, messages. Hello Nigel, you miss making scones? I bet you do, love. It won't be long till we're redoing them. scary times that it is. What have we got? Hello Claire, hello Sophie, hello Deb and Lisa. Oh, this is lovely. There's 74 of you watching, this is fab. Right, so next bit. So that goes to one side. This is where you need your liquid. Well, this is the bit I always forget. Sugar. If you're making sweet scones and what you're using as your filling isn't really sweet, you need 2 ounces of sugar, which is about 60 odd grams, I think, for the lady that's in grams. So if you were using, say, chocolate chips and fudge, you definitely wouldn't need sugar. If you're using glacé cherries and chocolate chips, I'd probably halve the sugar. But if you're using it like jam, definitely don't use the sugar. But if you just want sweet scones and you're not using anything particularly sweet, then you need 2 ounces of sugar. I did a demo a couple of weeks ago and completely forgot. Of course I did it on purpose to show you what it was like without sugar, and it was absolutely fine. So anybody who's on a slimming world, you could substitute this for sweetener. Or you can omit it altogether. I've got a lump there in the sugar, so I'll just get that out. Okay. So, in the jug, this is where we need the liquid. If you don't have a problem with eggs, for whatever reason, then you need to crack 2 eggs into your jug. I'm just going to wash my hands. Okay. And then I'm going to use soy milk just to show that with gluten-free or with any of these you can mix it up with anything. And I know Gemma's watching and she's dairy-free, so you can see what it turns out like. Will this be available to watch after? It will, Tracy, but I'm only going to leave it up for about 12 hours. Because you've got to be here to watch it and then that's it. Happy to send you the ingredients list online though, or by a message, so let me know. Hello Sarah, hello Jane. Oh, there's lots more of you now, nearly at 80, this is great. So on top of the eggs, I've got the measuring jug here and I'm going to take that up to 300 ml, which is 12 ounce. So there's my mixture. So that's egg and milk. Now if you're vegan or you're allergic to egg, just don't put any egg in. Simple as that. And do 300 ml of milk. If you wanted to make, say, coffee and walnut scones, you could add a little bit of coffee essence to your liquid. If you wanted to use any type of essence like almond essence or orange or lemon essence, this is where you add it to, so that it gets nicely dispersed into your dry ingredients. So does that make sense? So this is your main tool that you use for everything. My trusty fork, which I've been to fetch in the shop today because these are a bit more robust than ours at home. So I'm just whisking the egg with the milk so it's nice and even. Okay, that's ready to go. Right, what flavour to do? Now with flavours, anything that you're using wet, so if you wanted to use fresh fruit, you can, but bear in mind that anything that isn't dry will make your scone mix very wet. So dried frozen blueberries, for example, I think Jane was asking earlier, chuck them in now while they're still frozen, but don't add too many because it will make your mixture quite soggy. I tend to use dried ingredients because it just makes for a better mix. Ooh, coffee and walnut sounds good. They are lovely. How much milk? Sorry, 300 ml. Yeah, 300 ml, about 12 ounce. Put eggs in jug and make up to 300 ml. Yeah, up to 300 ml. Yeah, yeah, you're all there. Cool. Okay, it's very warm in this kitchen. My little kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna go with Tammy's chopped dates and walnuts. Now, those of you that had scones in the shop, you'll know that I tend to do a lot by eye, which I call it by eye. So even now, when I come to weigh in the shop for cheese or scones or sweet scone, I don't weigh things, so I do apologise for that. But for dry ingredients, you want roughly 8 ounce. So roughly 8 ounce of sultanas, roughly 8 ounce of chopped cherries. If I was using these fudge pieces, for example, which are 100 gram, I'd chuck the whole one in. This bag of apricots, how many grams on that? That's helpful. Oh, 200 grams. I'd chuck the whole one in when I'm making a batch of those. Chocolate chips, guess what? Chuck the whole bag in. So I tend to like a lot of fruit in, but you can put in whatever you like. If you like less fruit, just put less fruit in. Hello, Sue. Does wine count as liquid? No, it doesn't. I've never tried a wine scone. You could do that. I'm making mixed fruit scones. Lovely. Nicola, that sounds lovely. You mix fruit, if you want a boozy scone, come to think of it, if you soak your fruit overnight in a bit of any type of liqueur and then make them the next day, they're absolutely amazing. Great at Christmas. Right, so there's not quite enough in there that I'd like, but there's more than enough for a batch of scones. And that was about half, so that was about 125 grams of chopped date and walnut. So, now this is the bit that you'll scream at me for later, because there's no exact science. Okay, what have we got? Cherry and chocolate. Cherry and chutney. Oh, cheese and chutney. Prosecco scones. Do you know what? I've actually got a Prosecco flavouring somewhere from one of the posh cake companies, so I could do that. Anyway, I digress. Oh, let me just let the cat out. Hang on. Go on then. Out you go. Come on. Sat with his little paws crossed. Okay. So into the mix, I'm going to add only about half of my mixture. So just remember that you can always add more, but you can't take it out. So add in about half. If you're doing cheese, yeah, put your cheese in when I put the fruit in. So if we were doing savoury instead of sweet, you wouldn't have put sugar in, and you put your cheese in now before the egg mix. Put your cheese in. If you're using chutney with it, put chutney in. Chopped ham or chopped bacon, cooked bacon, that works brilliantly. Cheese and pesto, all sorts. Stilton and walnut, that sounds lovely, Val. Okay, so then with your fork, you're mixing. It's great for your bingo wings. Not so good on the waistline for the end product. So can you see how that's starting to pull together, but it's not formed like a football? This is in class what I said, you need a football. So what you're doing is add a little drizzle at a time and keep mixing. And what you're looking for is that change. You'll just know it, you'll know when the change happens, is that it all gathers together like a football. You see that's starting to go now? Yeah. Okay. So I've got a football. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. Now that's a little bit wet, so I'm going to take a little bit of flour and just sprinkle a bit in. And this is where you're going, a little bit of wet, a little bit of dry, and you'll get there. So I've been doing this years and you still don't always get it right. So what I'm doing now is using my hand like a scoop. So don't, whatever you do, push down, because every time you push down, you're pushing the air out and you'll have a flat scone. So you're actually scooping. Ah, hubby's watching now. Hello. Good old-fashioned raisin. Oh, good on you, Jem. So I'm just scooping, and what I'm doing is picking up all the bits that are left behind in the bowl. Because can you see there's a bit there, but there's not much left in the bowl. And there's my scone mix. Yeah. Now this is where traditionally you'd get a rolling pin, you'd roll it, you'd cut it out, you'd squiggle it, get them out, put them on a tray. Because that's where you push your air out. So this is where the V school of doing it simple comes in. I like things simple. So all I do is with a sharp knife, I'm cutting it into 4, and then I'm going to cut the 4s into 8s. So you're going to have 8 scones. there it is. And I do triangles. Now I've had people in the shop tell me that they're not scone if they're triangular, but Mary Berry does them triangular. So if Mary Berry does them triangular, they're good enough for me. So I'm now placing these on my baking tray. And I do 4 to a tray. Like that. Yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm a bit gooey. Right, for those of you that are baking along, how are you doing? This is where I've been going wrong. Why? What have you been doing, Hillip? Have you been flattening them? My mouth's watering on Debbie. Bless you. How we do? What we got? Vanessa rocks. Thank you. So everybody who's making along, are you at the same stage, or do I need to wait for you to catch up? I'm guessing you're all too busy with scones that you can't type. I'm assuming you're all still with me. The cheese ones are in the oven. Way, get you. And then with your pastry brush, if you haven't got one, your fingers work fine. You just slap in a bit of egg wash or milk wash on your scones. You don't need to do this, but it does give them a nice browning. If you're just using soy milk, I've found with experience that they don't brown as nicely as if it's an egg wash. I guess that's just all in the chemistry, which I have no idea about. You can sprinkle the tops with a bit of sugar if you want to, but it's added calories, so don't bother. It means you can have a second scone. There we go. Right, I'm going to bung those in the oven. Now they're going in for about 12 minutes. I would check them at 10. Just set in the oven. Right, they're in for 10. Do you want another demo? Do you sprinkle sugar on top? If you want to. But if you do, Pat, it's just extra calories, which means you probably wouldn't have a second scone. So have a second scone and don't sprinkle sugar on top. I missed the start. How much flour and what kind? Okay. Shall we do another batch? Or are you sick of hearing from me yet? What gas mark? Where were you, Denise? 180? Or 180 if you're fan, 200 if you're not. How much cheese? About 8 ounces for me, Elaine. But just shove it in. If you're using Stilton, I'd use the normal standard size Stilton blocks you get at the supermarket. I'd put a whole one in crumbled. Yep. Oh, I'm getting them through. You want another one? You want another one? Okay, you're not sick of me yet. Okay. Right, let me tidy up. I was thinking if you really enjoyed this, we could do a second one and, I don't know, do maybe a sponge cake mix, dead simple, or another time, or Viennese whirls, or anything else that I'm able to do. It's not much. Don't ask me to do Yorkshire puddings because I haven't got a clue. What have we got going off? Stilton is lovely. They go really well on Saturday. Gas mark is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, blimey. Denise, hang on. Let me look at my little converter. 200. Gas mark 6, Denise, it says on my conversion chart. Did you get that? Gas mark 6. Isla, my daughter, says the lovely brownies she likes in the shop. Ah, yeah, but they come from the Beeston Brownie Company. He's Vic in Beeston, and it's a secret recipe, which I don't know how to make those. I'm not good at brownies, so you really wouldn't want my brownies. Gas mark 4 equates to 180. Oh, right, okay. Mine's wrong then. What did you add to the gluten? Right, to the gluten-free flour, I added xanthan gum. Just half a teaspoon, and that was to the whole pound of flour. Yep, that can be found on your free from aisles in all your supermarkets. What else have we got going on? I stayed sober to watch this. Yeah, I'm having one afterwards, Deb. What do we do if we don't have a brush? If you don't have a brush to put the egg on, use your fingers. 2 fingers together works perfectly well. Told you, keep it simple. That sounds oh, thank you. Right, a Vicky sponge, yeah, okay. Hubby is desperate for a Vicky sponge. Oh, bless him. Well, we can do that another time. Yeah, yes to sponge mix next time. I've got such an easy cake recipe, honestly. It's even more simple than the sponge recipe. You just need an electric whisk. And I got a cheap one from Argos for 12 quid and it owes me no favours. Right, okay, so they're in the oven. We've got, how long we got left? 7 minutes on my scones. That'll give us time to do another one. So, we'll use normal flour this time. You see that, yeah? Alistair's rigged me up this fantastic little gizmo that's hanging off the hood of the cooker top. He's very clever. If you could see it though, you would laugh. Right, so now Amy wants to buy these off me, so I'm trying to think what Amy's favourite flavour are. Amy, are you watching? Because if you are, now's your time to tell me what you want. Will a drill do? No, it won't, Helen. You need a whisk for a sponge. Oh dear. Right, so flour. Now I've done flour. Marge. In goes my Marge. I'm not going to use sugar on this one because I'm going to go with milk chocolate chips and fudge. So super sweet, doesn't need any sugar. So mix up like we did before. Nigel, are you still with me or are you bored yet? This must be like a real busman's holiday. Although I have been admiring you doing your Joe Wicks every morning. I haven't actually got round to doing that yet. Hello Laura! How are you? Mrs. Fudge Lady. If anybody's watching, this is the lady that makes the Fudge Company fudge. Oh my god, that would work brilliantly in a scone. Okay, so lost a bit. I'm normally quite a neat baker. Not today. This unit's too high for me, my work one's lower. What else have we got? Hello Laura! Haven't got scales. How many cups would it be of flour? Sophie, I've got no idea, love. You'll have to leave that with me and I'll come back to you. Unless anybody's there on the PC and can work out how much a pound of flour is in a cup. Pammy, I bet you'd be able to do that. You're a whiz at things like that. So, there's my flour mix. Not putting sugar in that one. Just washing my hands. That's where I'll keep going. This coronavirus has got nothing on me. I wash my hands that many times a day anyway. It's no different. Right. So, not doing sugar, as I said, because they always send these idiot proof, don't they? Whole bag of fudge. There it goes. Yeah. Whole chocolate chip. Gemma, if you're still watching, Morrison's do a dairy-free fudge that's amazing, and dark chocolate chips, you could do this dairy-free. Now, if you're making more than one batch, because I got mixture left over before, I'm just going to add to that, because it's waste not, want not, especially at the moment, isn't it? So, I'm going to add my other 2 eggs. If you're not using eggs, obviously you don't need to. Go, and then more milk, and as I've got the soy milk here, I'm going to use that, and also because I'm almost out of milk because I forgot to get any. So there we are, up to 300 milligram or 12 ounce. Whisk it all up. I've got you guys on my phone up there, and I've got the iPad down here, which you can't quite see. And the iPad is about 3 seconds behind, which is really odd. It seeing myself doing things that I've done before. It's like deja vu. Okay, I'm now waffling because I don't know what to say to you. Okay, you're lucky I haven't sung the theme tune to the Muppets yet. Oh, what we got going on? Okay, it says on Google, 2 cups, Sophie. Are you listening? Laura, thank you for that. 2 cups of self-raising flour, Soph. What flavour are these ones? These are very, very naughty on the waistline. Why did I put the... Oh, remove the packets. It's a tiny, from Lidl or Aldi, I forget which one. They do in the baking section. They've got little packets. Along with the chocolate chips, they do honeycomb, which works lovely. And they do a small fudge. It's a whole packet of fudge and a whole packet of milk chocolate chips, this one. But you could just use one or the other, or you could just make it plain. So I'm adding about half the mixture. Fork in again. There we go. So it's all in the wrist action, ladies. I'm sure many of you will be good at this. I feel like I should be singing to you while I'm doing this, but it'll rain. Smells from the oven, amazing. Anybody got anything to say? Let's have a look. Ooh, can I buy some of these? Oh, bless you. Debbie, these are already accounted for, but I'll happily make you some later in the week. As I said earlier, you can use absolutely anything in your cupboard. So if all you've got is like the kids' Easter egg, snap up a few bits of an Easter egg and chuck them in and have a chocolate scone. If you've got absolutely nothing at all, plain scones are just lovely anyway. So, I don't know, a bit of lemon essence, a bit of vanilla essence, or just completely plain. I have found in the shop that plain ones don't sell. People seem to like flavours. Not coconut, I found. I love coconut. Cheese and chutney is smelling great. Oh, good. What else we got going off? Hello, Catherine. How are you, lovey? It's one of our uncaped wonders. Our 5th emergency service, aren't you, Catherine, at the moment, Duck? And I think Sally's watching too. So are you, Sally. All you lovely folk still in retail that are keeping us going. Right, so you can see there. Sorry, I was doing it without thinking. I've got a lovely football there, look. You see? Yeah. There he goes. Oh. That'll be... Here's the scones. 1 second. I've just got to show you this though, look. This is my oven glove. Hey! If you didn't know, I love sloths. Okay, so they've had 10 minutes, but they're still a little bit pale, can you see? So I'm going to pop them in for another couple of minutes, just to give them a bit more browning. I'll put them on for another 3 minutes. This is where you have to do it as I call by eye. There's no right or wrong. They are cooked, you can eat them, but I like them browner, so they've gone in for a bit longer. Plus, if you don't do them quite long enough, when you open them up in the centre, they can be a little bit gooey, which isn't good for a scone. Good for a brownie, not for a scone. So we're just cutting these again. Into 8. And you sort of ease them apart. Get my baking tray. There we go. See, I don't really do standard shapes. They're meant to be triangles. They're a bit lopsided. But you have to say, they look homemade, don't they? There's no way they're mistaken that they've come off anyone's shelves. You can't beat a bit of rustic looking home-baked food. Right, so let's give them a good bath. So for whoever hasn't got a pastry brush, it works just as well with your fingers. Just dab it on. Yep. You know me, keep it simple. Right. Are you all still there? Nobody's fallen asleep yet? I don't know whether this is better than Coro or not. I'm going to miss Corrie when it's not on. We'll have to do our own live chat and reenact some of the characters. My sister used to do a wicked impression of Mavis. I'm going back a few years though. Okay, there we go. So, there we go. They're all ready to go in. Yep. Let's have a look. 3 minutes left from Joel. I'm expecting some of... Okay, Laura. Yeah, well, if your mum's making them, she can drop some round. Defo better than Carol. Carol who? Who's Carol? Was that Coral? I haven't got my glasses on. Hang on. Oh, Coro! Bring back baking. Yeah, definitely bring back baking in school. Although at school, I was hopeless. I got into trouble so many times at baking because apparently I was rubbish at it. I think the teacher just didn't like me. It's not sticking together. What's not sticking together? You're not getting a football head. You might need a little bit more liquid. Definitely better than Coro. A nice smell is coming from your oven. Oh, good. Right, that's my beeper. One sec. Let me find my sloths. Okay. They look amazing. I'll show you in a second. And I'll just take my eyebrows off in the oven. I'm still here, bear with. Right, so find me trivet. I love trivet. I've had lots of nice trivets and I can't find them. I think Hobby has got rid of them. So there's the first batch of scones. So that one's nice and brown. Look, you can see that, can't you? Yeah. Now what you're doing to assess the done is, can you remember making bread at school? When you've got him upside down, just tap his bum, listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds hollow. Where are we? Can you hear? Yeah. So if you get that hollow sound, he's cooked. Sloth oven gloves, need them. You do, Heather. Helen. They're from, I've forgotten the name of the company. I've actually got an account with them, but I don't buy from them because it's too big a minimum order. What are they called? Oh, can't remember. I'll get you some next time I go to the Lake District. The twos are... Ow! That's not what to do. Put my arm on a hot tray. Bugger. Right. I'm trying to get close to read your messages. Hello, Amanda! The twos are watching... Oh, bless. They look lovely. Woohoo, Pammy. Yeah, well, Pam, they'd be good for your tiz, being gluten-free. Hugs, we're making mine tomorrow. Any of you that are baking, I would love to see your finished scones on our page. And you can tell I put lippy on as well for you lot. Ha ha! First time in years. And the plaster has been. So yeah, put your scone pictures on the Facebook page. I'd like to see those. We miss tea for two. Oh, not as much as I do. Can we still order tea from you? Charlotte, yes you can, love it. The tea company I do from home. And the website's still up and running and you can order anything you like. That is rutlandtea.co.uk. Hello, Joanna. Yes, Joanna. How are you, lovey? All the way from Alfreton. That's fabulous. Who's the furthest on here watching, actually? Have we got anybody outside the UK? Anyway, so those scones are in for the next 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure you don't... Hello! Oh, we've got the Peckish Artisan Kitchen here. They're doing scones tomorrow. Oh, it's nice to see you guys. How many have I got? 64 of you. So there's a few gone, but hopefully that's been useful to you all. Happy to do a sponge one, because it sounds like some of you'd like to do that too. And I'll post online... How are the stray cats doing? Oh, Davina, do you know what? I should do a video, shouldn't I? If I go outside with the biscuits, you can see them all. But there's 22 in the feral colony at the moment, so I'll do that another time, take you out and show you them all. Still not sure what the gum is. Hang on, Jackie. You say it with a Z, but it's actually an X. It's xanthan gum. Yeah? Yeah. It's a xanthan bean. I don't know what a xanthan bean looks like, but this is flour from a xanthan, and it makes a xanthan gum. It just means that you can make your scones less brittle when they're gluten-free. Hello Andy, that's my sister watching. Hello, you've missed all the action, Andy. Sorry, you've missed it. Sheila's got... Oh, thank you, Catherine, that'll be lovely. It's been great fun. I'm going to try to make some. Right, I'm going to go and get a glass of cider. Hope it's been useful. Let me know on the Facebook post what you think and whether you want to do this again, and I will see you all hopefully very soon. Please take care, please stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.